Hello, outrageous ones. How are you? It is getting that time of year. There's a little cool breeze in the air. I've heard the words pumpkin spice being used more than once. And while it's still hot and humid outside, the mornings and the evenings are getting cooler. And I'm ready to do some stuff for fall. Something that I used to love to do was play with Play-Doh. Did you play with Play-Doh when you were little? I mean, I loved everything about Play-Doh. I love the smell. I love squishing it in the can. I love pulling it out and making all kinds of things with it. And when I got the Play-Doh Fun Factory, oh my gosh, it was on. I absolutely loved it. And luckily enough, I used to work where I could still play with Play-Doh. But I would always make it fun by making scented Play-Doh to kind of go with the seasons. And the kids loved it. Now, I'm no longer doing what I used to do, but I do have grandchildren, and they love Play-Doh as much as their Nana. So they're going to be coming over this week, and I thought that I would make some fall scented Play-Doh. So here we go. To start off, I have 1 cup of flour, and I have already mixed in a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. This is going to have a kind of apple pie fallish scent to it. And I've also added 1/4 cup of salt, and I have 3/4 cups of water. I have 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and I have a tablespoon of just vegetable oil, and I have an orange yellow gel food coloring. All right, here we go. You're going to have your pot on medium heat, and you add your water, lemon juice, and oil first, and just stir to incorporate that. And then I added my gel food coloring, and I used yellow and orange. I didn't measure, I just swirled some on my toothpick and put it in there, and was hoping for the best because you can't tell what color it's going to end up until you start adding in the flour. But I just stirred to incorporate that, and then I waited for the water to get hot. You want the water hot but not boiling. And once you've got it that way, then you're going to start adding some flour and just stir it and try to keep the lumps out of it. And I was very pleasantly surprised. I got a great pumpkin color, so I was stoked about that because I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But you can play with it, add your colors. It smells really good. I know you can't tell, but it smells so good. It smells like fall. I'm just going to keep it on the heat, and I keep stirring, keep pressing it down, getting the clumps out, and incorporating the dough. The recipe tells you that you can mix it and flatten it out so it's on the bottom of the pan if it's too moist, and then flip it. But this worked perfectly. I was very pleased with this recipe. It's easy to make. Once you get it to the consistency that you like, you're going to just put it out on a piece of wax paper and let it cool because it is extremely hot. But once it gets warm, then knead it a few times to work the dough together really well. And then you're going to have some really pleasant smelling Play-Doh. All right, outrageous ones, the verdict is in. This smells so good, and it looks like pumpkin pie. So the recipe I was using was actually an apple pie Play-Doh, but I'm dubbing this pumpkin pie Play-Doh, and I'm going to put it when it cools off because it's still warm. But when it cools off, I'm going to put it in a Ziploc bag. I'm going to put it in 2 Ziploc bags so each grandchild will have some to play with. And maybe you don't have grandchildren. If you have children, this would be something really easy that didn't take long at all, and it came together beautifully. Didn't take any effort. So if you're looking for Play-Doh for your child, for your grandchildren, maybe you have a coworker who needs some stress relief. Maybe you have your child's teacher who needs some stress relief. But this is some really, oh my gosh, it smells so good. And you could add whatever spices you want to make the scent that you want. And I imagine if you added essential oils to the water, you would probably get some scent too. So there you go, outrageous ones. There is a recipe for fall scented Play-Doh. Enjoy yourself and stay outrageous. Thanks so much for stopping by. We'll see you next time on Stay Outrageous.